All right, let's march on the spot with high knees and really emphasizing the arm motion. Your turn. All right, working some high-paced squats. You can see Coach Levi is using his arms for momentum. Let's go. Gate swings for this exercise. So you can see you're jumping into a squat, using your hands on your thighs for a little bit of support, and then jumping back with your feet together. Your turn. Let's work some fast feet on the spot for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Working some King Kong slams for the next 45 seconds. Your turn to try this one. Side knee raise from a 3 points position, or a doggy knee raise if you like for this one. You can see that I'm working a good range of movement with this one, and I'm pulling my knees and my ankles out as well, and really trying to hit the abductors and the outer glutes as well. Got to make sure you keep your hips nice and square for this one. Let's hit one side and then change over and do the other side as well. Working an adductor leg raise for this exercise. So we're starting off with a plank to get yourself into that horizontal line, and then using the bottom leg, we're going to push all the way up to the top leg, return it back to the floor, and keep working reps like that. Now what we'll do is we'll hit one side and then we'll turn around and do the other side as well. Your turn to try it. Forward alternating lunges for this one. So starting with your feet together, we're going to step forward into a nice lengthy lunge with one leg, and then we're going to go back to our base and start from the beginning with the opposite leg. Keep working on this until it's time to stop. Your turn to try it. Let's everybody repeat the last 3 exercises. Working some circular knees from 3 points position for this one. So this exercise starts off much like a donkey kick. So you're pushing back and just keeping your knees nice and tight. And then we're circling out a big circle. So the circle's got to be maximum size that you can do. Let's work one side and then switch and do the other side as well. Your turn. Bench abductions for this exercise. So what we want to do is start off with a plank on the bench. So it looks like an elevated plank. And then using the top leg, we're going to work some abductions. What you've got to make sure you do is maintain your straight line all the way through. And just make sure you've dropped your elbow directly underneath you for comfort. Nice controlled motion, and make sure that your feet remain horizontal. Your turn to try it. Okay, getting into some deep, slow squat for this one, and then on the way up, we're just gonna add a jump to it, okay? Now just make sure you're fairly light on your toes, so just jumping and landing on the toes rather than the heels, because we just want to try and preserve the knees. Working your way all the way down again into that deep squat, and just keep jumping at the end of each squat. Your turn to try it. Let's everybody repeat the last 3 exercises. Some stiff leg kickbacks from an elbow plank position. Now, I want you guys to watch out for this one because it's very easy to dip your hips on this one. So try and keep it nice and steady and make sure you're not dipping or arching your back. You've got to make sure your knee stays nice and straight throughout the kick. Your turn. Everest plank. Now this is like doing a really long mountain climber and then just holding that pose. So you should be getting a really good stretch in the hips and also in the glutes as well. And just try and maintain your position. We'll hit one side and then we're going to go the other side as well. Your turn. Okay, dropping down into a wall sit for the next minute. So what we want to do with this one is you're dropping down much like a squat. You want to make sure you've got 90-degree knees and your spine's nice and neutral and you're nice and relaxed. And we're just going to get that squeeze of the quadriceps and glutes for the next minute. Your turn. Isometric glutes bridge for this exercise. So you want to make sure you've got your feet parallel at shoulder width, and we're going to lift up into a glutes bridge. You want to make sure you've got a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. You're squeezing hard with your lower back and your glutes and hamstrings, and your hands are in the air so you've got no support. Your turn. seated hips raised for this exercise. So very important, have your arms by your side, and you can see that I've got my fingers pointing out so that I'm not putting additional pressure on my wrists. And then it's a matter of just lifting your body until you've got a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle. Put a little pause in there and then work your way back down. Now try to keep your knees soft straight throughout the exercise. Your turn to try it. Let's everybody repeat the last 3 exercises. Isometric sumo squat for this exercise. You've got your feet at a V, so your toes are pointing out. It's a nice wide squat stance, and we're just going to drop down and we're going to sustain that position for 45 seconds. You want to make sure that your back is nice and neutral and upright. Your turn to try it. recumbent bike. So this is probably the hardest of the bicycle kicks just because of the restricted space and your hips working overtime for this one. So from a seated position, we're just leaning back and just extending and tucking those legs in that bicycle kick motion. Your turn to try this one. Side leg raise from a 3 points position for this one. So you just got to make sure that the side leg raise is nice and perpendicular relative to your body. We just want to make sure that our foot is horizontal and our knees nice and straight for this one. Your turn to try it. Let's everybody repeat the last 3 exercises. hips thruster with a single leg for this one. So using the bench for a bit of elevation, you can see my arms are right out in that crucifix position, and I'm just pushing with the hips and lifting right up as much as I can and dropping back down. We're going to try this with both legs. Your turn. Bench squat or bench get up, if you like, for this exercise. So you can see I'm starting with feet parallel, shoulder width, and I'm lifting right up, standing, and dropping back down into that squat, but I'm sitting on the bench as I do it. And then all I'm doing is just lifting straight back up. So it's actually giving you a moment's rest when you're seated on the bench. Your turn to try this one. Hips thruster with a single leg for this one. So using the bench for a bit of elevation, you can see my arms are right out in that crucifix position, and I'm just pushing with the hips and lifting right up as much as I can and dropping back down. We're going to try this with both legs. Your turn. squat or bench get up, if you like, for this exercise. So you can see I'm starting with feet parallel, shoulder width, and I'm lifting right up, standing, and dropping back down into that squat, but I'm sitting on the bench as I do it. And then all I'm doing is just lifting straight back up. So it's actually giving you a moment's rest when you're seated on the bench. Your turn to try this one. I'm working some donkey kicks for this one. Now I'm not using any dumbbells, however, I am using my forearms and placing my weight on the bench for the extra support. Now I really just want to focus on those hamstrings and glutes, and you want to make sure that you maintain the same bent angle in your knees. So we don't want to release that. You want to make sure you keep it the whole time. Then you change legs and hit the other side as well. Your turn. Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now. If you enjoyed this workout segment, please assist us by liking and sharing. Remember to subscribe for your daily workout fix.